Dear listeners, there are just 14 days left until Christmas Eve, and I am coming up short on gift money. After all, Mike has asked me for a new company car, one that didn't have a severed foot in the glove compartment. I swear it came with the car. And my husband wants me to get him a castle in Romania. Since I hate letting anyone down for any reason, I've reached out to our many sponsors, so today's episode will feature every commercial we've ever done. Won't that be fun? And profitable! Today on Please Excuse My Dead Aunt Sally, Susie completely sells out. Mike refuses to be a part of Susie selling out. And we all learn that the true meaning of Christmas is expensive gifts.
Now is the perfect time to mention today's sponsor, Latter-day Sports. Makers of knee pads, shin guards, and cleats, LDS is the only leg protection sanctioned by the Mormon Church. And now, Latter-day Sports is excited to present the J. Smith Scoring Series Shin Guard, specifically designed for indoor recreational single-gender soccer leagues. Use the promo code We're Not All Polygamist, Just the Weird Ones to receive 20% off your order. Latter-day Sports. Jesus died for your shins.
Can we talk about something else now? This week's episode of Please Excuse My Dead Aunt Sally is brought to you by Latter-day Restraints. Are you or a loved one suffering from flailing limbs, or worse, faltering faith? Surrender your wrists and soul to Latter-day Restraints. Each of our adjustable Velcro restraints have been blessed and tested, both physically and spiritually, for quality assurance. Latter-day Restraints. Flail no more.
Crikey, are those also sold at the Love Store?
Yeah. If, you might be into that sort of thing, sure.
These have been really funny, but are you even going to be allowed in Utah after these bits?
You know what? I feel like I am protected by the fact that I was born and raised Mormon. I feel like I can say this stuff until the day I die, but who knows? I might be wrong, and all my still true blue Mormon friends might be quietly writing me off with every episode.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Today's episode is brought to you by Latter-day Saints. If you have problems with competence, you'll love our Fast Sunday Foley bags and cathedral catheters. It's Relief Society for your kidneys. Latter-day Saints. Don't piss it against a wall. We have products for one and all.
I feel like you have always wanted to do these. You just have a notebook filled with punchlines of 35 years of angst.
The possibilities are endless. But I can't completely take credit for this one. That was actually this sponsor was discovered by my sister Charisse. So I wrote the tagline, but she found the sponsor. So shout out to my sis.
All right, so you're telling me that the sales and marketing team for Please Excuse My Dead Aunt Sally is growing.
It is.
All right.
As is our fan base, from what I've heard.
Oh, cool.
I heard we're up to like 7 listeners now. That's fantastic. We must be doing something right. Today's episode of Creepy Corner is brought to you by Latter-day Saints, the Mormon Church's hottest new horror attraction. Can you make it through this haunted service, survive all 3 meetings, and make it to the Celestial Kingdom? First, you'll have to evade capture by Porter Rockwell, bodyguard to Joseph Smith, an American outlaw. Next, you'll be pursued down a dark corridor by undead missionaries who only want to save your soul. I mean brains! Finally, do you have what it takes to survive the dreaded bishop's interview?
The things he'll ask you will make your blood run straight to your cheeks in pure embarrassment. Latter-day Faints! If we can't scare you, chances are you're already a son of perdition.
Today's episode is sponsored by Latter-day Saints. Step stools and ladders for those who are both large and small in stature. Do you need to reach great heights? Try our Tower of Babel 3-tiered ladder. This one will get you to the top of any great and spacious building. For more humble projects, take a peek inside our Bishop's Stool House, where we have many different models to choose from. Stand a little taller with Latter-day Saints. Conspiracy Corner is brought to you by Chatter-day Saints. Are you lonely? Do you miss the good old days when people actually talked on the phone rather than just sending you to voicemail when you called? Try Chatter-day Saints. For less than you spend on tithes and offerings, you get access to an old-school phone service for anyone who wants to chat. Whether you want to discuss Joseph Smith's first vision or how much you love wearing white t-shirts under spaghetti-strapped tanks, Chatter-day Saints is there for you. Dial 1-900, choose the chat. Chatter-day Saints, what are you waiting for? Today's episode is brought to you by Book of Mortgage Lending, home of latter-day rates and the twinkling of an eye quick approval process. Apply today, put as little as 10% down. Don't believe us? Check out bookofmortgagestories.com and read up on testimonials from other satisfied customers. Book of Mortgage Lending. Rates so low, it's almost dishonest. Today's episode of Please Excuse My Dead Aunt Sally is brought to you by Look of Mormon, a fashion boutique and pyramid scheme for today's modern woman. Modest is hottest, especially when the more you sell, the more you can buy. Be the talk of the town in our holier-than-thou distressed denim or judgmental jean jumpers. Look of Mormon. Bear your testimony while looking your bestimony. 10% inventory purchase required up front. This company isn't affiliated nor officially endorsed by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Your garments will still poke through no matter what you do. This week's episode of Please Excuse My Dead Aunt Sally is brought to you by Fatter-day Saints. Weight loss for the faithful. Lose up to 10% body fat in 1 month with our Fast Sunday Water Cleanse, or stick to our calorie-free Green Jello plan. Count your blessings, not calories. Fatter-day Saints. You have a beautiful spirit. Why not have a body to match? Today's episode of Please Excuse My Dead Aunt Sally is brought to you by Ladder Clay Saints, a sculpting experience worthy of Scripture. Make your own Liahona and navigate uncharted worlds. Are you a sculpting neophyte? Come in and create our simple seer stones, so easy a Gentile could do it. Ladder Clay Saints, we've got you covered with tools and paints. Peeping Hat is not included with the seer stones. Liahona's geographical calibration is not confirmed. Today's episode of Please Excuse My Dead Aunt Sally is brought to you by Cook of Mormon Catering Services. Take the stress out of your special event by letting Cook of Mormon handle the food. Choose from our extensive menu choices, including our loaves and fishes, the church potluck, or a classic spaghetti and garlic bread dinner. Cook of Mormon Catering. We put the fun in funeral potatoes. Hey Mike, today's sponsor is brought to you by Latter-day Saints, a religious paintball experience. Choose from 3 exciting courses: the Naughty Teen Party, dodge bullets while popular kids offer you an alcoholic beverage or a cigarette to smoke, and shoot your way out of peer pressure; the Angry Mob, and escape an olden days mob as they attempt to paint and feather you for your religious beliefs. Blast your way to safety with a retro Winchester-style paint gun. Or our final and most popular option, Outer Darkness. Hunt your inner demons that got you banished here in the first place. Splatter Day Saints. This is so bad.
We really have to stop searching for sponsors in northern Utah.
We do. I'm so ashamed of myself right now. Today's episode of Please Excuse My Dead Aunt Sally is brought to you by Latter Day Crepes, a pastry shop with a godly twist. Come in for a slice of our better than sex before marriage cake, or a rich bowl of sacrament bread pudding just like Grandma used to make, with a pinch of guilt and just a dash of shame. On a diet? Enjoy sugar-free and low-fat selections from our Choose the Light menu. Latter Day Crepes. Heaven can wait. We're eating cake.
Susie, now's a perfect time to mention today's sponsor. Hey folks, it seems like everyone's having babies and getting married these days. Are you having a hard time picking the right accent wall color for the bedroom of your 9th child or 3rd sister wife? Then check out the selection over at Latter Day Paints. Latter Day Paints has you covered with exciting colors like Utah Beige and Sear Stone Smalt. That's a shade of blue. It's a real color. I'm not making this up. And thanks to my good friend Jesus Cristo at Latter Day Paints, fans of Please Excuse My Dead Aunt Sally get an extra 10% off their first order. Latter Day Paints. Because Jesus was a carpenter, but not a designer.
That's amazing. How did you think of that?
I mean, this is what I do.
I love it.
Our final question today comes from...
Music for today's episode was produced by Kevin McLeod. Please continue to send listener questions to pleaseexcusemydeadaunt Sally@gmail.com or reach us on social media.
Kai, that sounded so good.